Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's live stream, I'll be letting you know everything you need to when it comes to the WZ-132-1, because, well, we'll be 3-marking it and seeing exactly how the experience goes. Hopefully better than the WZ-132-1 experience that I had yesterday, because that was a very, very unenjoyable experience, I will admit. Let's get a new window up here, and then, pull this back up. I need to be able to see what you absolute poobers are saying in the live stream chat. Here we go. Your channel. And then I'll be able to pull it up. But yeah, we'll see how this goes today. Oh, just got blasted by my own music. Alright. This song never gets old? No, and you're gonna listen to it the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I've done all the lights apart from the WZ at this point. Like, if we take a look, we can see that I have 3-marked 47 tier 10s at this point, and the only light tank that I haven't 3-marked is the 132. So I figured we might as well get the 132-1 done, and then that's all the light tanks, and then we can focus on the rest of the vehicles. But there's really not much left. I only have 4 tank destroyers, 12 heavies, and mediums are the most. But I also think mediums will be pretty easy. Light tanks and mediums are always the easiest, because you don't have to simply rely on damage to mark your tank. You can also get, you know, XP from spotting, capping bases, and that is a pretty big advantage. Okay. He's been using the same software for 2 years now. What do you mean the same software? Finally, he's marking for tanks. What do you mean? I 3-marked the WZ-1 on stream like 2 days ago. I don't expect to do anything crazy today. Every time I 3-mark in the morning off of stream, I go like 4K. But when I do it like midday, the teams are terrible, so the 3-marks themselves are not nearly as fun. Bruh. My glasses are not getting cleaned right now. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I definitely have to clean my glasses after this game. Okay. Full speed ahead. Let's see what we can do. We have a Leopard and a 4202 and a 121. Yay. That's not very fun. That is not very fun. You can see there's actually a lot of players with marks on our team in this game, which is interesting. What's my opinion on the 132? I think it's alright. I think that it's pretty solid. I haven't played it in a while, so I can't really say exactly my feelings on it just yet, but I would say since the last time I played it, it's a pretty good vehicle. You know, it's kind of like a Leopard 1 turned into a light tank. You got good DPM, you have a hard-hitting alpha damage, and those are all 2 very important values to have for a vehicle like this. Gotta love the spawn camping Leopard. Yeah, that really worked well for you, dude. Yeah, you should do that more often. Good job, bro. Genius. Absolute genius. I'd love to be able to hit that concept, but not able to, and I'm detected by the enemy 4202 as well, so just gonna sit here. There's really not much else I can do. We do have that 121 as well over here, which, there you go. Nice 397, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, you can see where the gun is pretty nice. Is M48 still good, bro? It's not that hard to ask a question without spamming it. Alright, let's head over here and see if I can get some damage, maybe into the Atlas. Oh, I'm sliding off. No! No! Well, I slid. I like how the Vickers Light is also spawn camping. That's pretty sad, dude. It's pretty tragic. Well, there's the 121. Of course, I'm spotted, which means I can't make a poke. This is a very unengaging battle right now. Nothing is happening. Concept 1B's in a position we can't bleed. 4202's not poking. They still have a Hori. We don't know where that player is. I literally cannot hit the concept at all. I do pen the 121 at least, so it's not terrible. Ooh boy, guys, we're almost at 1,000 damage. Yep, there you go. There's the Hori hitting me across the map. We love Horis. Alright, let's aim it on the enemy concept. Shell misses. Oh, now we have the 4202 shooting us, and we're down to half our health already. Yeah, this is definitely one of the least enjoyable games I've played in a while. I won't lie. There's just nothing to do. Nobody's doing anything. Oh my god, dude. This gun. There's the Hori. Maybe we can get a shell into the Hori. There you go. Do actually pen that shot. But that's it. That is all we do. We will not deal any more damage this game. Wow, that was a very uneventful battle. I don't know what else to say. You know, you get games like this, and it's just an L. Your team doesn't do anything. Well, our team did fine. It's not my team's fault. It's just, you know, you get a game like this, and nothing happens. Good job, 121. You YOLO'd, and now you're dead, because I have much less of a reload than you, so your game's over. We have the 4202, who's also going to try and go for us now. And the 4202 might actually out-reload me. No, he doesn't. Fires another AP shell, even though you're a vehicle that has HESH. And, you know what? Go ahead and ram me. I mean, at the end of the day, I might die, but that gave me 2,900 damage, which is fine. So, not terrible, I guess. I need to clean my glasses. Okay. They look better than now. Yeah, that's better. 203 XP. I mean, the problem with the 132-1 is you don't have gun depression, and you also don't have a lot of flexibility. So you're really relying on the maps and the games that you get in this vehicle to not be steamrolls, and that's kind of what we had here. We did have, you know, just a bit of a steamroll battle. It's fine. It's the first game we played. We have to average about 260 XP to 3 mark this tank. Plus, my stats in this vehicle aren't anything crazy. When the 132-1 was first introduced into the game, it was absolute garbage. It wasn't, like, bad. It wasn't anything special. And compared to all the other light tanks, it was not very good. So because of that, the 132-1 just really struggled. So my average damage was only like 3k-ish, 3,100 in it. Now that it's actually really good, I've been having a lot of fun, but I've just never really played this tank that much. Like, if you were to look at my yearly stats, I've probably played less than 30 games in this tank, compared to, you know, a lot of these other more popular tanks I've played hundreds of games in. What's the 132's armor compared to the T100? I'll be honest, this tank really doesn't have any armor. How you doing, Wallet? But yeah, this tank doesn't have any armor. It has absolutely zero armor whatsoever. Yeah. What do I think about the 121? I think it's fantastic. Hori next. I do plan to do the Hori at some point. I mean, we're going to get through all the tier 10s, right? We got 30-ish tier 10s left to go. So it's not too many at this point. I've already done like 60% of the tier 10s. I'm just not rushing them. Like, I don't know if Peter's already done all the tier 10s, but, you know, some of the players I'm friends with have 3-marked all of their tier 10s already. And I'm like, why? Now you have nothing to do, you know? This still gives me something to play, so I'm not gonna rush it. Also, I do have a bit of a headache, so I don't expect to be performing at my best today. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule, as Wallet knows, and because my body's not used to being up during normal times, I've been having headaches all day because of this. So, okay, nice. We actually got a bounce. I think that's just because the E50 snapped, not actually because the armor on this tank works at all. We can shoot at the E50, but I kind of wish I shot at the Cobra because they're just sitting in the open. Oh well. Let's aim it on that Cobra really quickly. Okay. That made no sense, but alright. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. Alright, we're unspotted. The 704 is poking. Nice. Not bad. 704 shoots, and dang it. Not able to hit them. There's not really much going on in this game. Again, these are absolute stinker of games we're having right now. Let's see if that 704 shows me his tank. He does. There you go. I get a pen into his vehicle. Not bad. Is he going to YOLO me? Is this what we're going to do today? Here we go. Average 40%er, guys. There you go. Yep, good job. This is what I mean. Like, this is why the NA server sucks. You will not see that happen on the European server. I mean, it's just not going to happen. The players on the NA server are so bad at this game. And unfortunately, they decide to YOLO you for, like, no reason sometimes, and then it ruins your game. What are you supposed to do about that, right? I mean, it's pretty bad. But we get a nice shell into the enemy Kampfpanzer, and we know that we're not spotted. I do really like the fact that this vehicle has adaptive concealment, because it means that you can take advantage of your spotting mechanics. We've already dealt 2,000 at this point, which is quite nice, and we're unspotted again, so we can move over here, aiming on the side of the Atlas. RNG didn't work too well there. Okay, the Atlas is shooting, and let's aim it on his lower plate. There we go. This time we actually end up penetrating the shell. Atlas bursts again, and aiming in on his lower plate again. There you go. Another 400 damage. It's pretty good. Puts us up to 2,800 at this point. Is the KPZ over there? Indeed, they are. We get a nice 350 into them. Pretty good stuff. And we're going to reload again. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There's another 330. I mean, we're dealing damage. We've already dealt 3,500, which is a very solid amount. And this KPZ is pretty brain dead. They're just letting me farm them. Yeah. Not really sure what to say about this player. We're just going to fire one more shell, take them out of the game. Pretty good stuff. We have the Atlas, who is showing me not a penetrable angle there. I'm going to ignore all of that and push the enemy 752. Here we are, aiming. Boom. There's 308. The 268 high explosives, the rear of the 752. Can't blame him at all. I would have done the same thing. Okay. It's rather unfortunate, but at the same time, totally expected. We are going to use my adrenaline so we can at least get the shell out before my 268 does. That puts us up to 4,600 damage. And now I'm going to try and take the Atlas out of the game. So let's see if we can do that. Let's head over here, aiming, and boom. There you go, 99 damage. Not bad. You can see why I personally like this tank. I do think that the gun on the WZ it's quite nice. And when you're able to use this gun paired with the mobility and DPM, it's pretty solid. He doesn't play Fortnite? No, I do not play Fortnite. So at this point, I'm going to try and flank because that's obviously the best play to make. We're going to see if I can get to the rear of the Yag. Okay, there you go. And we got the Yag, who is going to get a nice chunker into that player. We're just going to move over here to the rear of that Yag Panzer. Hello, good sir. Boom. There's a second shell into the Yag. I mean, realistically, we shouldn't be in much of a problem here. Get a third shell into the Yag. Boom. Another 440 damage. We're up to 6,500 at this point, and I really don't care if the Yag shoots me. Oh, okay. But we can't pen the lower plate, and now the Yag's going to get farmed by the Kron. Unfortunate. Well, let's get one more pen into his vehicle, and we'll take it. That's 6,900 damage. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's our second game in the tank, so we're barely going to go up any percentage, but that's a pretty good game. How do you know when you're unspotted? Because the light bulb on the enemy tanks, the eyeball disappears. That definitely is an ace, though. Let's see. Indeed. There you go. 3 kills, 6,900 damage, and not only that, but we got 526 Mark XP, which is double the Mark XP required to 3-mark this tank. Unfortunately, as I said, it's in one of the first games we've played, so it means absolutely nothing. It only brought our mark up by 0.28%. Yay. Oh well. Oh well. We'll star that. That'll obviously be used for the video. Hello, Rambo Rob. How you doing? Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be playing Fortnite. The turret is thick enough to bounce poor aim shots, so, like, no. The armor on this tank is not good enough to get bounces. I'm going to disagree with you there. Like, every other light tank has better armor than the 132-1. The 132-1 is arguably the weakest armored tank in the entire game. I mean, your argument of saying that, oh, this tank has trollish armor is the same argument as saying the Leopard has trollish armor. Can you get bounces? Yes. Are you going to get bounces? No. You're just not going to get bounces in this tank. Playing this vehicle and expecting to get bounces, it's never going to happen. I'm not going to say that you won't get bounces, but saying that this tank has troll armor is not true. T100LT, troll armor. Batchat, definitely troll armor due to the upper plate. This thing, no. Okay. Thank you, gun. But yeah, this thing does not have troll armor. It'd be nice if the gun decided to work there, though. That was pretty disappointing, actually. Well, we can see the Seleno. They only have an M5Yo as their other tank. There's a Foch in the back, and we're going to go for that track wheel. There you go. Foch is an incredibly easy target to hit if you shoot for the track wheel. Okay. This gun is kind of trolling me, not going to lie. I don't know why it's trolling me, but it definitely is. There you go. It's not bad. Okay. Of course, the 62A turns last second, so unfortunately we don't have the penetrating shell on their vehicle. There you go. 360 into the enemy 62A. Not bad. I mean, the 62A at this point is not very healthy, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I'm just going to chill here and hopefully bait the 62A out. Boom. There you go. We have 360, and he outtrades me with a 30? Like, come on, game. Give me some good luck here. Not even good luck, just give me average luck. I just want my RNG to roll what it should be. Boop. There you go. E50 gets taken out of the game. And now we're going to push the T62A. And one thing I will say I do like about this tank is not the gun depression, but it's the high explosive alpha. This thing has very nice HE, so if you do get the ability to high explosive the rear of an enemy tank, it will deal pretty solid damage, actually. Alright, we got the Yo. And, of course, he's running the double shot, so there goes 500 of my health. And, you know what? I don't even care. I really don't. Okay. I'm getting, really screwed with my RNG today. I mean, it's every day. It's always every day. But it would be nice if my gun actually decided to work with me here. Alright, one nice shell into the Yo. That 4005 is obviously a big threat. We're going to get one more shot into the Yo, and I'm going to back up. That 4005 is probably going to kill me, to be honest. I'm not really sure what to do about it, because, yeah, I'm dead. Nothing I can do. The Foch on our team did not help me. The Sheridan didn't help me. T30 still camping over here. I mean, oh well. This is what happens when you get rushed by a 4005, I guess. I need to move this. This isn't my way. I mean, we still might win. I do find it funny how our IS-4 just completely ignored the completely exposed 4005 there. Well, yes, drive directly into the double shot Yo. That'll go well for you. I've said it many times, the double shot Yo is still easily one of the most overpowered tier 9s. Good shot, T30. It's very impressive. Oh well, there's nothing you can do about bad teammates. Nothing you can do. Our heavy flank failed, our medium flank failed, everything failed this game. Love the camo on this tank? I don't love the camo on the 132, but I think it's fine. It would have been nice if they'd given it a cool legendary camo that was also kind of realistic. We did fine, though. 2800 is, it's whatever. I mean, T30 was absolutely horrendous. Our Foch was horrible, 40% win rate. Our Yo was horrible, so... There's, I mean, really, we got a 121B who is 66% in his 30 day and does terrible. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do when your teammates are terrible. Object 84. Object 84 is a solid tank. Make me mod. How about no? The Yo was staring at you the whole time? Yeah, it's every time I play this game, I'm the only one that's focused. I mean, you guys know that. You notice this. You know, when I was playing the Stridsvon, everybody was going out of their way to focus me. It's the same thing in that game. The Foch is staring at the Yo, and the Yo just refuses to break contact. It's because he's bad at the game, and he's so bad that he refuses to learn about anything else. But the funny part is that Yo staring at me actually gave them the win. If I had been able to leave and get away from the 4005, we could have potentially won that game. But being locked down because a tier 9 is able to deal 900 damage in 1.71 seconds, I mean, what do? Alright, nice. I don't expect, obviously, every game I play to be amazing, but it's definitely a bit disappointing. Okay. Bounce the flat side of a Sheridan. See, that's called troll armor. That's what I call troll armor. That's the difference. My whole team is screwing me over. Yeah, great job, guys. Great job. Let's just leave and screw me over. That's amazing. Yay. Yep. Okay, well thankfully we actually did get into cover. Their Sheridan is going to spawn camp all the way in the far corner over here. In other words, he's going to die. Nice. Easy shot into the enemy there. They're gone from the Ho-Ri. I don't actually know what we're looking at here. I mean, these are just horrible teams, dude. Okay. I will try and flex over here. Boop. There you go. Nice 340 into the XM, and then we can back up. Boop. Another 350 into the XM. Not bad. I mean, we're dealing damage, which is the most important thing. Nice shot into the car. Ooh, boy. 287 from a 360. That's an absolute juicer, isn't it? Yeah. Real juicer. Well, another game where we don't get any damage. I mean, it's just steamroll, 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 one side or the other. Yeah. Oh, well. We had a 7K, so I can't get too mad, but come on, game. That is not a high explosive pen. Even though the game says it is, it's completely lying. Okay. Well, we deal 2,400. Yay. Did you 3 mark the strids on? Yes, I did. Well, another uneventful game. Oh well. Everybody on the team does well. I mean, it's fine. If you get games like this, it's fine. But I want games where I can actually do something. The medium flank immediately runs away, and then that's about it. How did you get into Blitz so early on? It wasn't a big game back then. Yeah, I mean, it's never been a big game, but I don't know. Tanks are cool. I saw an advert for the game, downloaded it, and ended up liking the game. I don't know exactly why I liked this game particularly so much, but I think the major reason is because I never had a online... Like, I never owned a console back in the day. I did get a console eventually, but at the time I never really had a console, so I kind of just played on my iPad. That was my first main thing. Alright, let's see what we can do in this game. They only have 1 heavy, and this is the problem. This is why we're not dealing any damage. These games that we're playing, there's no heavies, and because of that, it's just every battle is dictated by the medium flank. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with the matchmaker not putting heavies. It's just like, you can't deal damage when the games you're playing don't have heavies in them. I also have no clue what that WZ-132-1 is doing. I legitimately have no clue what we're looking at there. Very interesting decision-making from that player. But I will take the 1,120 damage. Now the grill's trolling too? Like, what are we looking at here, dude? Okay. Nice shot into the 183. He misses me. Okay. Grill tried snapping. It's also interesting... Oh, no, we got spotted by the WZ. That's why we got detected. Boop. Okay. This gun's weird. It's like accurate and inaccurate at the exact same time. Like, the high explosive, as I said, is very nice. You saw that there, a 480 roll. That's absolutely diabolical. Nice, 386. We're getting damage out. I have no clue what the Sheridan's doing. I really don't. I don't have a clue what these players are doing. Nice, 440 high explosive into the rear of the standard. Gonna shoot the grill. It looks like the Sheridan's obviously trolling. Okay. We're already up to 3,600, which isn't too bad. But yeah, the major reason why these games are ending so fast is because, as I said, there's no heavy tanks. And when you're not... Okay. Game, like, I understand you have to, like, screw me at every single possible opportunity, but, like, can we please just, I don't know, work with me once? How hard is it to hit a fully exposed 183? It's a legit question. Like, this is not a challenging shot, and the game's like, oh, we're gonna struggle to hit him. And then the 183 just insta-snaps back and rolls me for 1,200. Okay, dude, whatever. Whatever. Goodbye. One shot from full health, and now I'm a one-tap for the grill. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Okay. Well, guess I'll move over this way. I don't know where the grill is, but I'm going to assume looking over this way. Yep, I knew it. Alright, one shot into the grill. I'm going to try and help out with the WZ now. Whoop, there you go. Nice, that player's gone. And then we reload one. Nah, couldn't get any more. But not a bad game. 4,800 damage. We got 2 kills. Not bad. Ammo rack the WZ-132-1 yesterday? Yeah, it's pretty easy to tank the ammo rack. I need 60k XP. Probably grind in game modes. That would be a good advice. Interesting. They gave me a fire emoji after whatever that play was. I mean, I'll take the ace. Not a bad game. The WZ, I actually think that this might be my favorite of the light tanks right now. It's a balanced tank in the fact that it's not overpowered, right? There's nothing that's inherently OP about the 132-1. But what I really like about the tank is that not only does it feature adaptive concealment, but it also has good DPM, good alpha damage, and its gun is just really nice. It's a solid overall platform. Obviously, the tank itself is the downside. It's not very well armored. It's incredibly susceptible to fire damage. Its ammo rack is poor. Like, it has a lot of negatives, but the gun itself is an incredibly good positive. And I feel like the 132-1 is how more light tanks should be balanced. Light tanks need to have downsides and upsides. The downsides of this tank are huge. It has no gun depression, no armor. It's very weak in terms of module durability. And because of that, it's an absolute punching bag for any mediums. But at the same time, because the gun's really nice, it's also a super solid tank. Why don't we have more vehicles in the light tanks category balanced like this? Instead, we have the Batchat, which gets Spall Liner, gets Troll as Hell Armor, gets 3k DPM with a 900 plus alpha clip, gets Shell Reload Boost, has good accuracy. Why does the Batchat get all of that? It shouldn't have all that. It just shouldn't. It's not really fair in my opinion, and it's a good example of how light tanks... Like, the Batchat really doesn't do the role of a light. It does the role of a tank destroyer. It's the same thing for the Sheridan. The Sheridan has too many upsides for too little downsides. I'd rather have a vehicle that has the upsides of, you know, this really dangerous gun, but the downsides of, I don't know, no armor or accuracy. Like, there has to be a trade-off, and that's where I don't really like how Wargaming balanced the rest of the lights, is most of them don't really have trade-offs. Like, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen does. That tank actually does have balancing factors, so I will say that, but most of the lights don't really have balancing factors. Okay. Gotta love the Hoery. I'm actually going to ignore all of this. I'm going to potentially help out over in the spawn. I mean, I could also potentially... Okay, there you go, nice. Hoery shoots the VK, but at least I got a bleeding shell into the Hoery, right? There you go. Another nice shot. That's half of that Hoery's health gone. I mean, we're not really able to do much in this game currently. What? Now, that's just bogus. Like, that right there, that's just such a good example of where the game screws me over. Like, how does that miss, dude? I actually would like the game to explain to me what I did that caused that shell to miss, because it's obviously properly aimed. Everything about the actual aiming is fine, and then I still get screwed. There you go, another shell. Pretty well aimed, completely misses. Like, I get having shots that miss. I get bad RNG, but there's a difference between bad RNG and just missing shots because the game wants to, like, screw you over, you know? I can't hit him, and he's just going to sit there, and he'll let everybody else shoot him but me. That's the best way to describe it. He'll get shot by literally every other player but me. Because I'm the big threat. I'm the big scary threat. Well, goodbye, VK. You will not be missed. Goodbye. We have the 183 over there. We have the 268 in front. Okay. Shell once again, not going exactly where I would hope it would. 298, ooh boy, and there goes all my damage. Yep, slurp, 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 suck my damage away, because you're in a 183. I mean, we did fine. 2,900 damage is totally fine. Just wish my gun would work a little better sometimes. Alright. Not bad. 3,000 damage, 2 kills. It's fine. The EU server is insane. The game has 80 players active. There's definitely more people than that on the EU server right now. We did fine. It's always funny, like, the 183, there's two possibilities for the 183. It's either going to suck all the damage up on your team, and you're going to get none of it, or it's going to die, deal 0, and then the next game you're going to fight that player, and it's going to full health you. I honestly hate the 183. I really do. Because it's not even just the fact that it is a completely toxic vehicle, but it's the fact that, like, as I said, you're trying to deal damage, you're trying to have a good game, and then a 183 just comes out of nowhere and either ruins your game, like that battle we played on, what was it, Naval Frontier. That 183 shoots me, rolls me 1280, and now I'm a one-shot for every other tank in the game, even though I hadn't gotten shot once before that. Like, why is there a tank that's allowed to do that? There should be no tank in the game that brings you low enough to be a one-shot. It's ridiculous. I think the Yag is the highest damage that Blitz should have to offer, in my opinion. 800 should be like the highest a tier 10 can deal. And if Wargaming wants higher alpha vehicles, there needs to be drawbacks. That Leopard hit my spaced armor, but did not hit my turret, so we actually got a bounce there, which is pretty nice. Yeah, we're just gonna like sit there and never poke. Okay. Well, our team's going town, so it's pretty useless. I'm not gonna even bother. Well, we got the Hori over here. Aiming, and fire. Boom. There you go. 286. Ah, of course. Of course, I get blind fire. Oh, no, I'm spotted. Okay. Okay. From what, dude? From what? What spotted me? Don't know. I'll never know. I will never know. Yeah, that was never going to hit. Yeah, great job, guys. Let's drive our Kron, a hull down heavy, to the middle of town. Let's drive our U100 to the middle of town. And then I'm screwed because I can't do anything. I'm absolutely screwed. Because there's a Hori spawn camping in the back. They have these heavies that are moving up over here. Yeah, good job, guys. You're doing great. These are the kinds of teams that I love when I play Blitz. Oh, baby. It's just useless, bro. It's absolutely useless. The correct play for me to make is to head all the way over here like this, and then punish the Type 71. Just like that. That's the correct play. Because it stops the enemy Type 71 from actually doing anything. There you go. Nice shot into the Leopard. Puts us up to 2,000 damage. It's not horrible. Not able to hit the Kron. Not able to hit the Hori. Oh, there's the Type. There you go. Another nice shot into the Type. There we go. Nice shot into the enemy T-100. I mean, I'm dealing damage. I'm not necessarily bleeding too much, which is obviously pretty important. And then we can just chill back here. Pretty safe spot overall. You can aim it on that leopard again. There you go. Another 340 damage. I mean, it's obviously a loss. There's nothing I can really do about that. But I can try and deal as much damage as possible before we end up losing the game, which is the best thing that I can do. So there you go. Nice shot into the enemy T-100. That tracks him, locks him down, and then we go for another shot into the T-100. He rams me, which gives me an additional 200 damage, and we get one more shot. 4,400. I mean, what do you do? What do you do when your team plays like this? They're driving town, absolutely useless, and I mean, I played it right. I did everything in my power to counteract how horrible my team was, but like, you know, what are you supposed to do in a situation like that? Like, good job, guys. You're a 3-mark E50M. And, you know, I do agree with, I think it was Sin, one of my friends said it, but they basically said marks mean nothing. And in a certain sense, I do agree. I mean, bro, this player is 3 marks on their E50, and they're averaging 2,500 in the tank. Like, how is that 3-mark potential? How is somebody averaging 2,500 damage able to 3-mark a tier 10? Like, they're not bad at the game, but should that be 3-mark potential? 2,500 damage? Really? Like, I don't understand that at all. This player should not be able to 3-mark a vehicle, especially when they're dealing 0 damage in that game. So, it's very confusing on how Wargaming actually decide to do the 3-mark values, but I think that this should just shine a light into how bad some of the players are in Blitz. The fact that that E50M was able to 3-mark their vehicle with, you know, kind of mediocre performance, pretty sad. Are you going to 3-mark the Leopard 1? I keep saying this, and I'm going to have to continue saying it. I'm going to 3-mark every tier 10 in the game. Every tier 10. So, yes, I will 3-mark the Leopard at some point. What is your opinion on them adding tier 11s to Blitz? Do you want them to be stronger or the same as tier 11s on World of Tanks PC? I don't really know much about the tier 11s on PC, apart from the fact that each of them have their own special mechanics. That's all I can say. I don't really care about how they're balanced on PC, though. It really depends on how Wargaming balances them in Blitz. Personally, I hope that Wargaming does not bring the special mechanics that PC has. And I don't think they will, because that would be a lot of effort and it would require a lot of brain cells. I think that the tier 11s in Blitz are most likely going to be just tier 11s, which are going to be slightly stronger than the tier 10s that we have. I don't have a problem with tier 11, but I have a feeling that tier 10 will still be the main tier for comp until we have a lot of tier 11s added into the game. They only have 2 mediums. They have a Glacier and... Okay, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? They have a Glacier and a T-100. You're supposed to take notes. Obviously, you're supposed to go town on a cron 100%. Also, Wallet, if you do want to VC, I'm totally chill with that. Okay. Nice shot into the glass. Ah, of course. Of course. Of course. Well. There it is. You know, it is really a comedy show. Blitz is comedy. Because you make one aggression and your entire game is ruined. One single aggression and your game is ruined. The whole battle. Your whole game. Isn't that fun? Because a random 4005 decided that, yep, I'm going to drive my 4005 to the medium flank. Yep, good job, 4005. Now you're going to be YOLO'd by my conf panzer and your game's going to be ruined. I hope it was worth it. I really do. Get a shell into the 75. I'll sit here for as long as I have to, dude. I will sit here for as long as I have to. There you go. Another shot into the E75. He fired. Okay, E75's gone. Which means all that's left is the 260 in the back. He blind fires. Which means I can get a shell into his lower plate. Okay. Let's see if that 260 pokes it again. What? What? Come on, game. Like, can we... Again, like, you know, it's the same question as before. Okay. These shells aren't even going close. Like, that shot wasn't perfectly aimed. Pretty impressive tunnel from that Type 68. Bro really said, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna bring you down with me. But yeah, like... These shots are not poorly aimed, and they're just completely missing. They're not even close. They're just going out of my reticle. I already know the 260 is going to tunnel me. There you go. Take the 260 out of the game. Up to 1,700 damage. Random 4005, yep. Always a random 4005. These players do nothing but, like, ruin my experience. Look at this. Look at this rat, dude. Look at him. Yeah, get out of my game, you piece of trash. Like, you're not good at the game. But you just get away with bad plays because you think you're hot crap. And you are crap. But in the literal sense, like, how could you ever think you're going to get rewarded for a play like that? That's beyond crazy to me. But yeah, one shot in the beginning of the game for 800 damage, and, like, my game's ruined. I'm gonna push the glacier, of course. Hi, pal. Goodbye. I mean, did I do great? No. But I lived. I did 2,500 damage at this point, and I definitely brought the game back. I have enough health that I can statistically take a shot from the T100. Now, what that means is that he's going to high roll me, because we know how my luck is. But we actually probably got a decent amount of XP this game, and I'm actually happy with my performance. I guess I just should not have poked the bush. Where did he go, guys? Oh, there he is. Come on, poke it. Okay. You see what I mean by when I mean, like, this game screws me over? Like, how does that miss? Like, I get that he bounced me and whatever, but my shell shouldn't have missed to begin with. Game's just never going to let me hit a shot, I guess. Yeah, okay. That's frustrating, because that would have been 4 kills, and it would have been 2,700 damage, which would have been quite nice, but nope. Nope, I'm going to get a bounce on the flat side of a T100. You see what I mean by the T100's troll? This tank is not troll. I'm not going to say that, like, again, you do get bounces. That T100 somehow managed to bounce me, but that's a skill issue on his part. My gun legitimately just screwed me over. Those shots should not have bounced. On EU, there are plenty of 40% players with 3 marks and tier 10 tanks. Well, EU 3 marking vehicles is even easier. Like, if you were to look at the mark values on the NA server and the European server, it's substantially less requirements on the European server. I mean, I've said it many times. I will continue to say it. I don't care if this gets people upset. The European server is an easier server. This isn't an opinion. Like, we have factual proof. Not only do server stats show this, but literally 3 mark values show that the average player on the European server is performing worse than the average player on the NA server. It allows you to farm damage easier. It allows the teams to be more predictable. And it allows you to farm more because your teammates aren't dealing as much damage. On the NA server, the average player is better. And it makes it harder to deal damage. Like, I know that people try to combat this and say, oh, well, you know, let me list this excuse XYZ, but you can't argue with factual data points. Like, you can try, but I don't care. Unless you can bring something that's legitimately tangible data to the table, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, that's really as simple as it is. I don't have a problem. I'm not saying that anybody's less skilled if they're on the European server, but there's a reason why the European server always has higher average damage than the NA server. It's because you can average more reliably. Alright, I do have the KPZ coming over here, so that's nice. T30, okay, yep, here we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah, here it is, guys. Here it is. How dare I play this game? How dare I play Blitz and try to have a game? Yeah, now we're going to get in my way, thank you. But how dare I play Blitz? That's really... That's simple as... Yeah, please, get in my way more. Thank you, Kampfpanzer. Please, screw me over more, good sir. Yep, I'm dead. Thanks, KPZ. Thanks. Thanks, bro. The only game that I've played so far that I've done bad in is because my Conf Panzer actually screwed me over. If he had just given me room to back up, I would have been fine. If he had just given me room to back out of there, I would have been totally fine. But no. Instead, the Conf Panzer is going to turn sideways. He's going to back into me and make it so I can't move. So thanks, bro. Thanks. You know what the funniest part is? He gets to live. He gets to live. I'm the one who gets punished, and he's the one who gets to live. Because that's how Blitz is. That's how Blitz is. Yay. Isn't that fun? I mean, it looks like we're winning. I don't know if we are, but it definitely looks like it. Maybe not. I don't know. Yay. EU more competitive? Yeah. Says who? You? Once again, I don't really care. I mean, your opinion doesn't really mean anything to me. Opinions, I just don't care. You're a player who's probably average at best trying to make an opinion for players that are actually skilled. Like, I don't care. You can tell me that the European server is the best. I don't... You're never going to change my opinion, so you can keep yapping it, but I don't care, dude. I mean, server stats speak for themselves. It's like the equivalent of me saying gravity exists, and they're like, nah, I disagree. You can. You have the freedom of speech and the ability to disagree with whatever I say. Whether that's right or wrong, that's up to facts and data to prove. But, I mean, you can say whatever you want. Yo, IS7, it's really challenging to pen the fully exposed lower plate of a 60 TP when he's showing you it multiple times. Clearly, dude. Yeah, you're doing great, IS7. It only took you about 8 years to hit that shot. Well, unfortunately, we did have a bad game in our WZ. If that Conf Panzer did not actually back into us there, we probably would have... we actually would have survived. I think we would have been totally fine. Of course, it's 0-2. I mean, whatever. He threw his game for it as well. Matchmaking is terrible on the EU server. You only get new matchmaking? I disagree. The EU server is the most popular server in the game. Yeah, thank you, Conf Panzer. Absolute garbage, bro. Yeah, the EU server is by far the most popular server in the game, so not really sure why, not sure why people keep coming to this, conclusion that it's dying. The NA server has plenty of people on it, so the EU server also has plenty of people on it. That's you opinion, not facts. Yes, truly. I'm gonna listen to somebody that, I'm gonna listen to somebody that can't speak proper English. I mean, all I ever do is say the same thing. Send me your Blitzstars account, and I'll show everybody your statistics on stream here. And if you're such a good player, and you know what you're talking about, then clearly I should be put in my place. But there's one of two realistic situations. The first situation is that you're not going to show me your Blitzstars account, because you know that I'm going to absolutely crap on you. The second situation is that I mean, that's it, really. You're just not going to show me your Blitzstars, because we both... oh, wait. The second situation is that you don't know what Blitzstars is, and then you're just going to say, what is Blitzstars? I mean, that's how it always is. It's always the same yapping from these players. For those of you that use facts and knowledge to make your opinions, server statistics will prove that the European server is easier to perform on. Doesn't really take a rocket scientist to go and look at the 3-mark values on NA and compare them to the 3-mark values on the European server. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it does, because the average IQ is pretty low nowadays. Not really sure what to do here. Yeah, great. Another game where the flank that I'm at falls apart in the first 5 seconds. Yay. So happy. How hard is it to actually, like, play this game, dude? Okay. Bounce the fully exposed Kron, and then he just snaps me. Yep. Okay. It's just funny. It's just funny. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, that shell was really close. This gun, I don't know whether it's just me right now or what's going on, but it's definitely trolling me pretty hard. I mean, these shots should not be missing, and they are. Okay. Well, we've only done 1100 damage. And we got the 183 over here. You know he's going to stare at me. He'll do nothing but stare at me for the rest of this game. Look at this. He'll do nothing but stare at me. And I hope he does. I hope he wastes his whole game staring at me. Dang. Was really hoping I could hit that 183. Let's go for another shot into his rear. And I don't know if I'm going to be YOLO'd by the Eric or not, but I need to back up. Okay. Yeah, track the player, but don't damage him, you know. My bad, bro. I'm not even worried about these guys over here. I'm worried about the Kron. I'm worried about the tanks on my rear, so I need to leave. Yeah, full health Kron. Indeed I will. Indeed you will what? Dang, dude. I don't know what to say. This gun's really trolling me. Come on, 268. Back up. Thank you. Not bad. It's another 390 damage there. Bye-bye. You will not be missed. There's the Kron. Boop. There's 358. Reloading. Okay. Guess I can't pen the Kron hull exposed. My bad. My bad, clearly. Look at the tunnel, by the way. I mean, it is pretty impressive. The level of tunnel that some of these players have. Like, Ooga Booga, it's a light tank. Must go for it. Well, go ahead. You can do that all day. I'll farm you. I don't care. You drove all the way over here. You didn't get one shot into me, and you died. So, good job. We got 4,000 damage and 2 kills. We got an ace, we got 4k damage, and a pretty good game, so not bad overall. We did fine. I brought it back. We did fine. But yeah, definitely been getting trolled a bit here with this gun today. I don't even know why I bother like claiming parts of the battle pass, because it literally means nothing. Let me check my computer over here. Okay. Ignore. Jet. He's a troll. Who's Jet? What do you think about Type 5 Heavy Tech Tree incoming in future? I mean, I talked all about it. I said I'm very happy that it's coming into the game. Okay, my Wargaming launcher just died. Here, you guys want to see something crazy? Watch this. Watch this. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong account. Oops. Wait, I need to close this. Wargaming launcher. The IQ of a sandwich. Wallet. Absolutely dismantling him. Watch this. Boop. There you go. That's disrespectful to the sandwich. The VK-168 should get a smaller cupola. I agree. I do agree. It definitely deserves a smaller cupola. I don't find settings. Where do you look around without rotating your turret? Well, you can do it on both mobile and PC. On PC, you literally just hold right-click. On mobile, you have something called Bird's Nest or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's there. Give it a second, guys. Give it a second. Or 2 seconds. Or 3 seconds. My Blitz stars. Hello, Mr. Pickles. I've seen you in a few of my games now. Probably stop trying to stream snipe if you are. Kind of lame. Alright, look at this, guys. You want to see some crazy... Oh, wait. You know, I spent all this time doing this and I can't even show it. Never mind. I was going to show the 3 mark values on the European server, but I literally can't because I don't have 5K games on my account. Okay, whatever. That was a waste of time. I could log into the other account, but I'm not going to waste more time doing it. Way too much effort. Way too much effort. Especially to prove one single person wrong. Like, it's just not worth it. There's people that will die on the hill of incorrect. Giando's his gamer tag? I highly doubt it is. I bet if any of you go and paste that into Blitz stars and nothing will appear. Check my account. Alright. You know what? Fine, I'll do it just for you after this game. I'll put your account in the Blitz stars. I am 100% confident nothing will pop up. What are your worries for tier 11? The only worry I have is that wargaming makes them incredibly unbalanced and ruins the game. But we'll have to see. Let's go over here. Oh, there's the FEE. Okay. I'm just playing passive right now. We don't know where any of the other players on the enemy team are. But it would appear like we're in the clear. Okay, nice shot into the enemy FE. Not bad. Let's poke again. Another shot into the FE. He bursts. Doesn't really do anything to me. Ah, there it is. There it is, dude. Yeah, whatever. Yep. Yeah, whatever. There goes my game. Yep, there goes my game. Track the concept so he can't chase me. Good job, bro. Do you want an award for being a piece of trash? Like, I got it right here. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Concept? Okay. It's literally just no matter what I do, I'm always going to be tunneled. Like, no matter what I do. Some piece of trash Concept's going to go out of his way and, like, throw his game to tunnel me. And you know what the funny part is? I still outplayed them. I'm still alive. They're not. Like, this defender's very clearly bad at the game. Okay. Ooh, they got me good. 47 damage. Woo. Ooh, that shell was close. Look at them. They're still scared of me over there. It's pretty funny, actually. They're probably going to try and blind fire, and I'm just going to ignore them. There we go. One shell into the 268. 2 shells into the 268. Let's see if we can spot the FE again. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice 304. See if we can bait him. Yep, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, you died to me. Your concept died to me. I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat, and it's amazing. Yo, guys, look, let's get his name. Oh, loading. Loading. Oh, look. It's not real. Whoa. What a shocker. Who could have guessed that? It's actually amazing. And now I'm reading chat, and the guy says, I don't care about Blitz. I don't play Blitz anymore. This is what I love about people. This is what I love about people. And it's not just Blitz, it's any game you play. Helldivers, GTA. There are people out there who will argue points that they're offended on, even though they have no clue what they're talking about. They might not even be versed in the topic, but because they're so incompetent, they think they know what they're talking about. And they got offended by something you said, even though you used facts and logics. So, like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't go up to people that are astrophysics, astrophysics, whatever. I don't go up to people that are in that field and then start criticizing how they think the universe was formed. And it's the same way that you don't go up to somebody who's, a professional at something and criticize how they're talking, especially if you're not playing the game or, actually involved in that at all. I'm totally open for discourse when people want to give me it, but if you're just going to yap because you got offended by something I said because you're on the European server, I mean, I don't know, grow up. Ah, this chat. It's you, though. You're the one who caused all this. You could have just not commented anything when I talked about the European server, and then none of this would have happened. But because you got offended by facts, your opinion was shut down by people rightfully so in the chat. Chat didn't say anything offensive to you. You're the one who was offensive to me, to be honest. So it's not hard to be a normal human being. It really isn't. But this is what happens. People get offended because they play on the European server or something, and then they're like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Like, bruh. Nice shot into the 114. I don't have a problem with people want to make their own opinions. I have a problem when they make wrong opinions and... Okay. I'm going to back up. I don't love this situation we're in here. Because that E5 is there. And, like... I'm just not able to do much right now. Okay. Didn't hit you. Alright, nice. 350 into the lower plate of the 114. Not bad. Look at how hard this E5 wants to shoot me, dude. There you go. 330. He shot, so that's pretty nice. It means I can move over here. I can aim it on the E5 again. There's a second shell. Back up. E5 messes up the HE. This is what happens when you fly too close to the sun, dude. You get greedy. You try to pin your high explosives. You don't. And I get to farm you out because of that. And because this thing is covered in spaced armor on the side, I mean, sure, if you do the math, he penned one HE, he bounced one, so you do the math there, he's still negative quite a bit, you know? And overall, I'm at 4,000 damage, so not bad for me at all. Will the grill HE me? Well, he bounces me somehow. I'm not actually sure how he bounced me, but the only way this tank gets bounces is if you hit the spaced armor. Oh yeah, I'll look at your account, I forgot. What happened? A 4-year-old looking for attention? It's just people that get mad. As I said, it's just when people get mad that you've said something that's factual. That's what it is. And instead of, like, if somebody... I remember when Happy on Blitz, for those of you that used to watch Blitz a couple years ago, and you know who he is, he was a content creator who purposefully drama clicked. He made content that purposely was dramatized so that he would get clicks. And he knew that I was the largest content creator, so he always made content that would try to counter what I've said so that people would watch his videos. And I remember he made a video on, it was how damage is more important than win rate. And, you know, I debated him. And the thing was, neither of us broke into a argument that was personal, you know? That's the difference. It was never, like, even though Happy was obviously a person who tried to rage bait a lot, he was never a person who deviated from the actual argument. Same thing for, actually, I don't even know who, but, you know, if people want to make a counterpoint to me, you know, so there's somebody out there that wants to say, hey, the European server is just as challenging as the NA server, and here's proof, then I'm totally chill with that. But you can't bring up your own stats and use them as proof, because one point of reference does not equal the entire server experience. It depends on what time you play, the matchmaking, how many games you have, what tanks you're driving. So all of that is also a contributing factor into your experience on the server. But what we can do is we can get the entire statistics of a server, which websites like Beast World of Tanks show. We can look at the win rate, the average damage, and the amount of kills that the average player on the European server does versus the average player on the NA server. We can also see that the average 3-mark value. If you were to look at your WZ-132-1, if you're on Europe, you will see that the 3-mark is probably like 240 XP instead of 260. And it will be like that for every single tank. The average 3-mark value will be lower on the European server. So we can use facts and evidence to create a theory. And the end result is that based off of facts and evidence, generally doing well on the European server requires less effort. The games last longer. There is more damage to deal, and players are worse making games last longer. That is what statistics and facts tell us. Now, people can get angry at that and make an opinion, but that doesn't mean anything. That's really as simple as it is. There is a much higher chance on the NA server that you will be fighting more skilled players as well, because there's a smaller player pool. Like, there are many skilled players that I've ran into many times on the NA server because I know them by name. And like, I remember the other day I was playing and I ran into Archangel like 4 times. Because the NA server is a lot smaller, you're running into more skilled players more often, which means that the amount of damage you can deal is also less. Where on the European server, there's much more people, which means that it's easier to not run into the same people over and over. So that's really as simple as it is. Also, I have to go grab my dog. I got my little dog monitor, and she's barking. So I will be back in... I don't know what to do, because she's barking. I might have to actually end the stream. We'll see if she keeps barking. I'll do one more game. If my dog... Yeah, I'll do one more game. If my dog barks throughout the entirety of the battle, I'm going to end the stream off, because I have to let my dog out, let her go pee. She's a puppy, so gotta take care of her. Seems like she's probably gonna bark, though, for the rest of this stream here. Blood thinks he's Einstein? No. It's just the difference between people that actually use facts and knowledge versus people that use opinion. Unfortunately, most people that live around the world use opinion to disregard facts. It is why the politics in America are so absolutely screwed nowadays, because instead of people actually looking at the facts, they make their political opinions off of, oh, I like this guy better because he said this, when we all know that politicians don't actually do anything they say. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh, we got a CS-63. The best tank in the game. Of course. And there it is. Look at that. 4005 shot me for 753 of my health across the map. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, guys? The 4005 should exist like that. You know, I definitely believe that the 4005 should be able to deal 750 damage in a single penning shell with no downside. With no downside. Well, as I said before, Angel thinks it should be buffed, so clearly we should buff the 4005, you know? Did you get a new dog? Well, I didn't get an old dog, because my old dog is no longer here. Aw, dang. Not entirely sure what to do here. God, I hate 4005 players, though. They really do ruin this game. 4005 players are worse than 183 players. Okay. How does that bounce, dude? The sad part is that these players are terrible, so this 4005 is just going to farm them for free, dude. Yeah, good job, guys. Keep getting shot by the 4005 because you're too freaking oblivious to figure out that he's shooting you. Like, God, guys, it's not that challenging. Alright, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to end the stream off after this game. I gotta take care of my dog. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that tank's good for the game. Let me go type that in chat. Yeah, bro. Oh, apparently I'm chat banned for insults. That's actually really funny. 100% don't care at all. How long is it even for? Till 3/18. Oh, so like 5 more days. Yeah, who cares? I can't do anything. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do. Yeah, I don't actually know what to do. Just insta-snaps me. Oh, well. Alright, guys. I will probably stream later. Maybe not, but I did want to get some sort of stream today, but I gotta go take care of my dog, so, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!